Ladies and gentlemen.
Unlock your body's potential with this mobility pack targeting hips, shoulders, and spine for flexibility and pain relief. Release tight hip flexors with a foam roller, then stretch in pigeon pose. Use a massage ball to work out shoulder knots, then try a deep shoulder stretch. Pull out upper back tension and twist it out. Cool down with child's pose. This 30-minute routine 2 to 3 times a week for a well-oiled machine. Your future self will thank you.
Okay, let's start off with some circle arms. Just moving slowly, warming up that shoulder joint, and just getting the body moving. And let's go back. Okay, let's start off with some shoulder mobility. One arm over, grab your arm and pull. You should feel a stretch in your shoulder and maybe at the back of your shoulder as well. Okay, let's switch. Okay, let's move on to the next stretch. Just stretching the triceps, lats, rib cage. Yeah, just find those sticky areas and move through it. Okay, let's start off by switching over to the other side. Lean over and relax. Feel the stretch run through your triceps, your armpit area, and your rib cage. Okay, we're doing some back and forths, just loosening up the shoulders some more, up and downs. Okay, so the next thing is we're doing some good mornings. Things to think about: keep my feet flat, hips drive back, and my back stays nice and flat. It is a core movement, so keep the core tight, push through your heels, and squeeze your glutes. Stand up tall at the end. Okay, we're moving on to some high knees. It doesn't have to be fast, just get moving. Starting to loosen up that hip joint, warming up the muscles surrounding it. Okay, let's move on into some kickbacks. From there, just drive your heel as far back as you can, squeeze the hamstring, and gently bring it back to the ground. Okay, next one is hip rotations. So you can choose to do a slightly wider stance, or you can bring your feet closer together, whatever works for you. And yeah, just move through it. Okay, so next is neck rolls. Start by putting your chin on your chest and roll back and forth. Keep the back nice and flat, keep the core tight. Okay, neck rotations, and then from there start moving the spine as well. Okay, start by keeping the core tight and the spine nice and straight. From there, use your hands' weight to relax your neck and start stretching. Okay, go as far as needed. Find the sticky spots and move nice and gently through it. Next is the deltoid stretch. Feet flat, keep your back nice and flat, and slowly drive your hips towards your ankles, stretching your deltoids, possibly your pecs and biceps as well. Let's transition over onto our front. Hands flat on the ground, turn outward so that your fingers point towards your knee if possible. Keeping your elbows straight, gently move back and forth till you feel a stretch and hold where you're comfortable. Slowly come out of the stretch. And from there, pointing your fingers to both sides and moving side to side. Okay, let's come out of that stretch and move on into neck mobility. So start by grabbing one arm, pulling it towards your side, and then lean towards the elbow that is bent. From there, you should feel a stretch in your neck and gradually move up and down till you feel a stretch, possibly in your neck and close to your skull as well. Find the sticky areas, and when you're ready, come out of it and switch over. Okay, next is trunk mobility. Start by legs nice and flat on the floor, bend one knee and cross over. From there, cross over the opposite arm. Turn towards your back and push. Feel the stretch in your spine. Try to keep your spine as flat as possible. When you're ready, come out of it and switch positions. Next is the cobra. Start by lying flat down. Gently arch your spine, squeezing your glutes, pushing your belly button out to the front, and hold. Okay, next is a deltoid stretch. Start by lying down, arm 90 degrees from your body. From there, push with the other arm and rotate at the shoulder joint, stretching out the deltoids. It's recommended to kind of just breathe through it. as you relax those muscles and ease the tension. Okay, switch sides. Okay, slowly coming out of that stretch, moving into child's pose. Arms stretched out in front of you, driving your hips back, stretching out your spine, leaning to one side, and stretching out the lats and armpit area. Okay, switch sides. Okay, slowly coming out of that stretch, moving into the next. So lying down, one arm under the other, palms face up, and lean over. Stretching your shoulder area around the scapula. Try to breathe through it and relax on the exhale. Feeling the stretch in your shoulders and possibly your deltoids and triceps as well. And switch sides. Slowly come out of the stretch. When you are ready, lie face up. From there, lift one leg up and over to the opposite side. Okay, and switch sides. Okay, and slowly come out of the stretch, and let's move on to hip, knee, and ankle mobility. From there, slowly roll back and forth from your heels onto your toes. And relax. Next, we are doing 5 bootstraps. The aim is to squat down, pull your body down, holding onto your feet, straighten the back, and then from there, push the heels, straighten the legs, and then back down again. Lean from one side to the other side, and repeat. doing some more hip mobility, stretching out the quads and hip flexors. Start by putting one foot in front of the other, one knee down on the ground, and relax your hips down to the ground, keeping your chest up high. Lean on your knee for support. From that position, bring your elbow down to your front ankle. Deepen into the stretch and try to breathe through as you allow your muscles in your hips to relax. Okay, from here, straighten the front leg, shoot the hips back and stretch out the calves and hamstrings as you bring your face to your feet and back down again. From there, bring your heel into the center, push your knee out and open up the hip crease, feeling the stretch around your inner thigh and hip. Use support if needed. Slowly coming out of the stretch, and let's switch legs. Start by lunging the one foot in front of the other. Drive that hip forward and down, keeping the spine upright and straight, and allowing the weight of your torso to stretch out the hip joints. From there, to deepen the stretch, bring your elbow to your front ankle. From there, stretching out that hamstring. Straightening out the knee, leaning forward, and then immediately back down again into the stretch. Next, start by putting one foot under your hips, the other leg stretched out, and moving into the stretch. So what we're focusing on is the quad stretch and the musculature around the upper knee. Find the stretch, hold, and breathe through it. From there, lean back and drive that hips as far forward as possible, feeling a further stretch into your quads and hip flexors as well. Adjust where needed. Slowly come out of the stretch and let's switch legs. out of the stretch. Next stretch would be the pigeon, focusing on stretching that posterior chain, the lower back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. Find those sticky areas, work through it. Okay, let's switch sides. And let's slowly come out of the stretch. For the last exercise of the day, we are doing some roll-ups. So from there, lean down, put your chin on your chest and roll one vertebrae down at a time until as far as possible. From there, start by squeezing your glutes and then working your way back up all the way to the top. As you are doing that, breathe in and breathe out.